welcome to the Bucket List Show. I'm Tammy Crandall with Journey Venture Travel and Tours and Barron Real Estate, and I'm joined by my co-host.
I am Rebecca Denise with Barron Real Estate and also Superior Storage.
The intent of our show, the Bucket List Show, is to serve you so we can help you fill your bucket to live your most abundant life. And what that means for each and every one of us and for you out there, either watching or listening, it's different. Sometimes it's paddleboarding for the first time. It's buying a home for the first time. It's being involved in that ministry that's so important to you. And so we want to make sure that we don't minimize what bucket list really means.
Right. It could be serving others. It could be riding a bicycle, writing a book. But the idea is that our intent is for everyone to have that abundant life. And it's not monetary. Mm-hmm. It could be serving. It could be many different things, as Tammy already said.
Right. Now, we are really excited because we have a special guest with us here today joining us. Her name is Carla Jackson, Sister Carla Jackson. So welcome to the show, Carla.
Hey, how are you guys? How are you?
Good. Now, I just want to just reiterate a couple of things so our listeners know exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Red Letter Awards honors artists with exceptional talent that have created masterpieces with the kingdom's intention. This show is to help promote faith-based entertainment and the arts. And we're also going to speak to Stars of Sacrifice, which is a celebration honoring the brave men who have served our country during World War II. So we're going to talk about both of those things. Again, welcome, Carla Jackson. So
thank you.
When was Red Letter Awards established? You are welcome. When was it established? And what inspired you to establish the event?
2019. God is on negative because I'm like Noah. I went the wrong direction. He said, let's do this. It's like, no, not doing it. I'm going the other direction. I don't want to do it. No, absolutely. Dealing with Christians will drive you to drink, and I ain't got the toleration or the patience. So, and God says, no, it wasn't a request. Oh, it is a request, and I'm absolutely saying no. So for 3 days, he kept me up. And I'm like, oh, you're just not letting go of this. So finally, I gave in. I said, okay, I'll do you one. I said, if I go up to GoDaddy, that's how I bargained. I said, I'll go up to GoDaddy. If Red Letter Awards is available, I will do it. I just knew it wasn't available. Yeah, that's what I thought. And so I went up there and I realized I've been bamboozled by God. It's looking at me. It's blaring at me. It's here. Gotta go. And I'm like, I have been bamboozled. That is so wrong, Daddy. And so he says, well, let me tell you what we're really doing. So then what he did was he allowed me to see some shows, some award shows, but not through my eyes, through his eyes. And he took me to different shows and he says, do you see it's what they're doing is good, but there's a separation. The Stella Awards was black. There was no whites. Do they think heaven is all black? Because it isn't. Then you went to another one and it was all white. Do they think heaven is all white? It is not. And he says, where is my whole body? They don't even celebrate the whole body. They take it in pieces. Sort of like Sunday at 11 o'clock, one of the most segregated times of the week, done by the devil, not by God. You know, because they go here, they go here. That's not God. God ain't got nothing to do with separating you into your corners to go praise his name. That's not God. That's man. So that's why he started it.
All together.
Yes, the whole the whole body. But also he wants to celebrate. And that was the difference. Because Red Letter Awards actually celebrate him. You won't see the flashing lights and the smokes machines. Nothing wrong with that. I was a musician in the rock world. I had smoke machines, okay? I did all that. But God was like, I should be the bells and whistle. I should be the glam and the glitter. And when I look at it like that, I'm like, wow, whoa, hold on. And he goes, where is the whole body? Like you had movies, just movies. Music, just music. But then you left out comedy. We want to laugh, but we leave them out. Then you leave out the authors. And
right. So you include a lot of different segments of the arts, is what you're saying, right?
All artists.
Yes. So not only do I do movies, books, authors, talk show, I also do the children's authors, children's shows, and then I do what they call creative art. So those who paint or sculpture or dance or whatever, that's their part. But here's the biggest one. I have the categories of faith.
Oh,
nice.
And that's like the ambassadors of Christ, the overcomers, the walk of faith, the prayer warriors, women of God, men of courage, faith, love, and hope. He gave us all those titles, but we do nothing with them.
Right.
So we need to showcase our armor.
Yes. I mean, how else are you supposed to get them there? How else are you supposed to show people how to operate prayer if you're in a closet?
Correct.
Agreed.
How are you supposed to say, well, I overcame, but I'm not going to tell anyone? Then what good is it?
Right. We need to share our testimony.
Think about it. If Jesus did all the miracles behind closed doors and no one saw them, how would we know he did miracles?
Right.
You wouldn't.
Exactly. He didn't feed the 10,000 in a closet. It was out there so you can see it, so the whole world could see them feeding the 10,000 with a loaf of. You see what I'm saying? We got to get out of this. Oh, I got to be in my closet. No. You need to tell people.
Well, I think sometimes what happens is we're of the misnomer that if we're doing something good, that it's bad to share it with people.
Oh man.
I think if you go about it from the intention of providing all the glory to him who gave you that gift to be able to do these things, then there is nothing wrong with being somewhat braggadocious. I mean,
think about this. Overcomer. You didn't overcome without Christ.
That's right.
So why not brag how Christ overcame you? How he took you through all this heartache? I'm a burnt survivor. I was severely burned at 3.5 years old. I died and came back. But I'm going to be honest. If I would have known what I had to go through as a kid being burned, I think I would have stayed in heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Because they kind of left that part out. I thought, well, okay, I'll go back, Mom, But no, the pain wasn't the burn. The pain was the easy part. Dealing with people is the difficult. And that's what we deal with today.
Right. But I think if we go back to the Red Letter Awards, I mean, the idea, it sounds like it's a true celebration of the Lord.
Yes.
And we're, hitting all facets versus just one award show that is celebrating what they did, but not celebrating the glory of God.
Yes. It's the same thing. Like we open up the same way. We'll blow the shofar and then I open up with the Lord's Prayer. Period. It's never going to change.
Right.
We will always sing the Lord's Prayer. Period.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful.
So you have your awards coming up September 21st.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's going to be again at the Lebanon, Tennessee, where I had it last year at the Capitol Theater. And we have some amazing talent because it's such a mixture, which you won't hear in the, when someone does Christian gospel, they stay in the Christian gospel. When someone does gospel, they stay in the gospel. Red Letter Awards mixes it up. You won't see that. If you go look at the music, you'll see kingdom worship, kingdom praise, men and women. It's because there's no title. One of the singers is a beautiful woman. She has a gorgeous country voice and loves Jesus. So why are we not celebrating that together?
Right.
We got someone has a little bit more R&B feel or someone a little bit more jazzy feel. Should we just leave them out too?
No, we don't want to exclude anyone.
And that's why I don't put gospel, I put kingdom, because the kingdom is vast. Therefore, it's all inclusive.
Right. Well, you sound like you are a change agent, Carla.
I'm a holy misfit, but I'll take it.
Aren't we all, though?
But the world needs more of that.
Right.
Yes.
more faith-based, God-fearing
Yes.
change agents. And this,
You know what the real problem is?
what's that?
Is the I love that what you just said. The problem with the Christians is they don't want to see anyone supersede them.
Hmm.
So they won't help anyone um, below them. Let me
Hmm.
explain. I come from the world of rock and roll, heavy metal music in the world, and
Hmm.
it's paid to play. When I decided to go back to Father, I thought the Christian world would be different. And what I'm finding is the Christian world is even worse. They won't even help those who are less than. They won't even give a word or a snub or nothing. And that bothers me to the core of who I am because you are not your brother's keeper. If you think that
Right.
you're all that in a bag of chips and you can't reach down and help someone who's struggling or help another artist because they're not where you're at, you're doing the same thing that the world is doing. And that
Right.
is
No,
not good.
and on
That's
a
a
real level,
disservice.
yeah, and not only disservice, but on a real level, it's ugly.
Right.
It's
It's ugly,
really,
and it really goes against the whole
thank you.
dynamic of having a Christian life
Right.
is.
And
And
you know, that just creates a bigger divide if we're not willing
yes,
to share our story
thank
and reach
you.
out a hand.
And
You
that's
know.
why some of the young people said, this is why we're giving up. The radio stations won't play our music because we're not famous. So why should we bother? Why should we bother trying to act, get into the acting world? You have to kiss this person and this person. There's no agency that's willing to accept us if we don't have a big enough name.
Mm,
Right.
And I'm
Right.
like,
yeah.
man, that's the world. And it's the same
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, I could tell you horrible stories of how people have treated me. And I'm like, dude, I'm a nobody. I don't want the fame. Let me just show you this right now. It ain't about me. Because if it was,
Yeah.
yeah, you wouldn't like me very much.
So I would imagine since you've been doing the Red Letter since 2019, it must have grown so much. So what are you expecting in September?
Well, if you think about it, in 2019, COVID hit, so it shut us
Oh,
down.
yeah.
So I had to do
Right.
everything on Zoom. So I went from doing everything on Zoom to a theater.
Oh,
And it was
that's
in
going to be exciting.
California. Then I moved it to Tennessee. So what
Ah,
Nice.
am I
gotcha.
expecting? Oh my God. I'm expecting the glory of God to come and the Holy Spirit to whip through there and we are going to party like we're in heaven.
Well, we're hoping to be there right along with you.
That's what I'm hoping to let everyone know that it only takes a spark to start a fire.
And
And
that's
that's
good
true.
too. That's good.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And
Now,
I'm going after businesses. Let me explain it real quick.
sure.
Not business that in the entertainment, so everyone know. When you look at
Hmm.
my advertisement, you got bakeries, you've got ministry.
Hmm.
I want people to understand, support me because there's no submission fee with me because
Hmm.
everyone can't afford that. I want to make sure that everyone can do it.
Hmm.
Everyone, everyone's equal. Like everyone, well, why should I submit my movie when Jesus Revolution is going to be nominated? I said, because that doesn't guarantee them will win.
Right.
That's right.
Right. And it also
That's
promotes what they're giving back to all of us.
yes,
Well, and it keeps it true to the mission that you're
thank
trying to promote.
Right. Yeah.
yes.
There's no room for a question about what the mission is at
No,
that point.
absolutely. I want them to know that. No, no, no. They're all welcome.
Hmm.
You'll see children on the stage. They're the
Hmm.
ones who give the awards, bring the awards out because I want to make sure we keep them involved.
Hmm.
Oh,
You,
that's a
you will
great way
see
to lift them
last year,
up.
exactly. Last year I had
Mhm.
a young gentleman that had Down syndrome that was helping. Don't know what we're going to do this year. I had a motorcycle group that was secure. That was the ushers. I don't know who we're going to do this year. We are such a vast family.
Oh,
Oh,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
that is exciting.
Now, how many people does the Capitol Theater there in Lebanon house? How many can they
This one,
accommodate?
it holds 400.
Okay,
Okay.
very good.
So
Okay.
that's a nice size.
Yeah, and what I love about it is last year was the first year I did veterans. We did what we call it was the Vietnam veterans, and I wanted them to know how much I loved them and thanked them for what they did. This year, it's Gulf War veterans, And everyone wake up. I got a female. Yeah, I found a female to honor. Yes. I'm so excited. But yeah, also my award show, God's award show, I call it Mine God. We do an outreach. I never seen an award show with an outreach. It's called Stars of Sacrifice. We honor veterans. We go once a month to the veterans place here, and we bring music, we bake cookie goods, and we just have a joyous time to bring the power of God into this place.
That's fantastic. That's
That is,
fantastic.
I mean-
and I love the idea that you have that mission driven space. Now, beyond the award
awards.
show, I mean,
Yes,
one
yes.
Is connected to the other.
Yeah.
And what a wonderful, wonderful thing to have.
Well,
Can you tell us a little bit more about that so our audience?
Yes. Well, when I first moved to Tennessee, God spoke to me about veterans. I'm like, that's not my mission. I'm not a veteran. What's going on here? And he said, someone else dropped the ball. What does that got to do with me? He goes, you're going to pick it up. No, I didn't volunteer for that. No. I was like, I want to know the guy who dropped the ball because I'm going to beat him in his head. He goes, well, you're going to have to start with Adam. I'm like, good. But yeah,
Let's do this, Carla. I'm just going to take a 2-minute break.
You got it.
All right. And then we will come back and we're going to talk more about this Stars of Sacrifice. I'm really, truly interested in where we can take that out of that
Yes.
little area
Yes.
you've got going on there in Tennessee and see if we can't spread the love across the United States. So
got
we'll
it.
be right back
got it.
right after this. Journey Venture Travel and Tours, where it's about your journey, not just the destination. Picture a world full of amazing places yet to be discovered. Where do you begin? Whether your bucket list includes cruising in the Caribbean, exploring vast nature in Alaska, or experiencing exotic worldwide places, we're here to help you fill your bucket to live your most abundant life. Your journey begins from the moment you let go and let us handle the details for you. So call us today. Journey Venture Travel and Tours, 772-882-3165.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. I am Rebecca, the co-host of the Bucket List Show with Tammy Crandell, and we're going to continue our conversation with Carla. So before the commercial, we started talking about Stars of Sacrifice, and Carla, you were sharing that, you heard God and He said to start this along with the red letters. So can you explain to everyone what it is, and then we could see how we could add value and help?
Yeah. So God had me to go to the Veterans Center here in Tennessee. And I said, Lord, I don't do well with that stuff. I do not do well. And I walked in and then I walked back out in tears. And I mean, I was like, I'm looking at this place and I'm like, man, there's just no hope. What is going on? And it wrecked me. When I tell you it wrecked me.
This
And
was
I asked
this
the
was
lady,
in a
"How
local. This was in a local
This is a
nursing
state.
center, or
It's a state veterans home.
thank you.
And so, and it floored me because I wasn't ready for what I saw, and I wasn't ready that there would be like 120 people there, and most of them don't leave. They're there 24/7. I just wasn't ready for that. And so it just ripped my heart apart. So when I'm outside talking to the woman, I asked her, how many of these does Tennessee have? She said 6 of them. And my friend Lisa was with me and she says, oh no. I know you're thinking about doing all of them. Nope. Let's focus on the one here. She goes, what do you mean? Her mind is calculating. There's 6, there's 120 in each place. How many people can we get to do? That's how my mind works. So I'm sitting there. I said, well, how many churches are involved? And she looked at me, she goes, within a 5-mile radius, there are 10 huge churches. Not a one have shown up. There's 300. Yeah, there's 300 in Murfreesboro alone, 300 churches, and only one has shown up out of 300. So that should give you, yeah, go ahead.
I was
The
saying,
thing that worries me,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
You go.
The thing that worries me the most about that is that he gave me the vision of, I couldn't understand it, why we were singing around the outside. That's why I went. I saw him saying, put the people on the outside and worship. And I go, but that doesn't make sense. They're on the inside. He goes, put them on the outside, worship. And what will happen is the windows will open, the curtains will open, the windows will open, the word of God will come through, and the depression will drop and the praises will raise. Because every room there has a door, has a not a door, but a curtain and a window, and they're all shut because they don't want any light coming in. But think about that. If we're all singing and worshiping, they have to pull the windows to hear and open the window. So that beautiful sound of Jesus comes through and it goes up, and the depression and Satan leaves because it can't stand the word of God. That's what we're all supposed to be doing everywhere.
Well, and probably the most cool thing about that in its simplest form is, sometimes we overcomplicate things as Christians. We think we got to do
Yes.
everything the hard way, and it's much easier
Yeah.
than we let it on to
Right.
be sometimes. So,
Yes.
so I'm sure the initial time that you did that and those windows do begin to open.
Oh,
I'm sure the
absolutely.
initial, God knows where those people's hearts are. And they might be
Yes.
alone and they might be a little bit hard. So probably the first reaction from them is, what is going on out there?
Right. Who's
What is
making
all
that
that noise? Like
Well, see, that's yeah. I can't wait for that to happen. It hasn't happened yet because I'm going in the inside right now. But yeah, that was the vision he gave me, and I said, "Well, where's this going to take place?" He goes, "In every town, in every state where there's a veteran, every church needs to do this." See, it's not about me. Stars and sacrifice is just a word I use to attract people. They don't need your money; they need your time. That's the key word. They're there 24/7, and it only takes you to give 2 hours of your moment to go and say hi, how you doing, what's your name. That's what we're supposed to be doing, but we're not doing it. Go ahead.
You had said something that stuck with me. You had said the veterans, or I heard this somewhere, the veterans served us. It's our time now to serve them. And,
So did.
the 120 people that are in that state home, I mean, truly they're isolated within their own room.
Yes.
So, and that light and you singing will make such a difference to their heart and their day to day life. And it's an easy thing to give back.
Yes, it is, and that's why I don't understand the church. You know, I don't know what they're looking for. I don't know what they're waiting for. But the beauty of it is anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. It doesn't take no money. Anyone can go and bake and bring some there. Just sit down and talk to them. They're eager to talk to you. They just want communication. They love holding my hand. So when we started this one, go ahead.
actually initiate something like that. You just went and talked to the.
Okay, so well, I called the veterans home and I spoke to the beautiful woman named Angela and I asked her tons of questions. I said, well, okay, so we're going to come once a month. And then I said, do you have any World War II? I met 6 World War II veterans. I didn't think I'd ever get the opportunity to meet them. I did. And so I said, we have to do something special. I said, I'm going to do a special ceremony just for them. There were 6 of them, but 2 had died before the award took place. Because I do this one at the VA, at the hospital there, at the nursing. They don't like calling it nurse, at the homes there. And so we bring in music and food, and we get them flags from the America. We get them recommendation platters, things from the senators. We get them challenge coins. But the happiest moment was a Navy guy who showed up in uniform. The only one out of all the services, one Navy guy showed up in uniform. And one of the soldiers, it was 96 or 97 years old, was there, and he was a Navy. And he took off his hat and he put it on his head. And there was not a dry eye in the place, because we all know that's his last time he would ever wear that hat. And he was, and I just like, dude, you know. And I'm thinking, and then one of the guys asked me a question. He says, "Do you love us?" I go, "What are you talking about? Of course I love you." He goes, "No, do you love us? We're the Vietnam veterans. Are you going to celebrate us like you celebrate World War II?" And I looked at him and I said, "Yes, I will. But we're going to go in order. So the next one is going to be the Korean ceremony there. When I have it there, it'd be the Korean ones, which is probably only 10. But, you know, like I said, we have to realize that these wonderful men and women of God gave of themselves, sacrificed themselves, family and friends, to do this. And that's the least that we could do, is to go and show up and show them compassion and love.
How often do you visit them?
I go once a month.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
And so far, it's just me and 3 other people. But I got in contact with Rolling Thunder, and they are coming on board, and a bunch of other veterans like we didn't know. I said, "Yeah, you know now. Let's go, let's go, let's go." You know, you know. And I'm still trying to get a hold of. There's a hockey league here in Tennessee. It's the I think it's called the Paraplegic Hockey League for the Paralympics, and 2 of the guys here are veterans with no legs. I'm trying my best to get in contact with them, because there's a young man at this place that has no legs, and I need to break that depression off of him. So I'm trying to get a hold of them to bring them in. Like, I need you to talk to him, get him out of this room, let him know that he still have life to live.
And at a time where, you know, it's sadly to say, at a time where the climate in our country is just not extending the thanks and the gratitude for those who have made a decision to serve in our military. And you know, they don't realize that sometimes that service doesn't necessarily take place in a war zone, but that service takes place in an administrative office that gets those guys to the war zone. It takes place and always results in some level of deployment to a place that maybe they've never been. So they're away from their families. You know, that's the sacrifices, and the sacrifice is extended to those family members that they have as well. So, like you said earlier,
and that's what I told. I told one gentleman. He goes, "Well, I wasn't in combat." "Yeah, you were." He goes, "No, no, no." I said, "Yeah, you were." I said, "Honey, if without you, they couldn't do what they do. You had to get the guns to them. You had to do all." I said, "You were important as they. You can't have an arm without." You can't, without the body. You can't have fingers without the hand. We're all one.
unit,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes.
They were.
Yes. And that's what I try to tell people. It's like, yes. And that's what this is about. It's about bringing us together to help them. And that's what the red letter is about. It's about family. Red letter is family. So even though no one really loses, this is the cool thing about red letter. No one loses. We all gain, because we all get to hear the different stories. We all get to worship God. So see, it brings us all together because that one person, Jesus, Yeshua, a Father. It's not us. It's the gifts that he gave us. It's his gift, not yours.
Now, I have a couple of questions, and you know, one
Yes.
is, how can businesses help contribute to the Red Letter Award show? How can they?
Okay, so there is on the front page, if you're interested in advertisement, there is there on the front page as well. If you just want to donate, that's also on the front page. If you want to sponsor, call me. My phone number's there. Email me, Carla at, with a C, because I'm from Oklahoma, not a K. C. I got to make that difference. California is a K. Don't understand that. But I was born in Oklahoma. I said, so it's a C, RLA at redletterawards with an S.com. And email me and I'll send you all the information you need. We have got to learn to help each other. We can't ask the world to do what God created us to do.
For those who may not be able to attend the event live there in Lebanon, you have another avenue for them to actually.
Yes. Yes. I'm calling it the watch party from heaven. In other words, everyone can be a watch party. You can get your own feast at the table. Come to the table, do a paid for view for $9.99 and get your church or organization and have a party. Watch it, enjoy it, share it. Get non-believers to come and share it. It's about sharing. And that's the whole thing. That's why we're doing this, so that everyone can be a part. And you could go to Taken TV and they have it up there for you. So yes, bless Taken TV, bless us, so we could be a blessing to the world.
That's fantastic. So we've shared your email address. Is that the best way for them to reach you if they have questions?
Yes. Yep. Just email me, Carla@redletterawards.com. Go to the website. It's there. You can go to Facebook. It's there. It's at Instagram. It's at TikTok. It's at, where else have we got? X. That used to be Twitter. Not sure what that means. Not sure what that means exactly. And YouTube. My other thing is I'm trying to get more followers on my Facebook. Go up and like on Facebook. Not me, but Red Letter Words. Let's make it go. I don't understand why Christians have a hard time making things go viral. We will stand in line to watch ungodly stuff, but when it comes to our stuff, we're not willing to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's because we let society, dim our light a little bit versus keeping it bright and sharing it. At least for me,
Yes.
You step out of those doors or that surrounding, and you just get so busy with life that we forget that it's about sharing the message. Mm-hmm. And being good stewards.
Mm-hmm. Now
that's the blessing.
Yeah.
Now it looks, and I'm just going to throw this out there because I always, I pour over the websites. This is a great website. It gives you lots of information at redletterawards.com. So it looks like you're already taking submissions for the 2025 awards. Is that correct?
Yes. It's there. Here's the thing. The reason why I have a website is to put everybody's information up there. The links don't go to me. It goes to them. If you want to interview someone, you got a whole page to go and get in contact and try to reach out. That's why it's there.
Nice. Got you. That's fantastic. So, all right, fantastic.
Is there anything else that maybe we didn't touch base on that you want to mention?
I just want to mention that it's time for us as a group, as a family, to start supporting each other, no matter how small or how large, it makes no difference in God's eyes. We're all the same. And a lot of people don't understand that when God gives you a vision, it really isn't for you alone. It's to brighten the family of God and to share that impossible dream with those who are still dreaming. My dream was to go to Europe, so I backpacked Europe for 9 months alone, and I had the best time in the world. It was so much fun.
I'm not that alone person.
Yeah, I'm good with being alone.
Honey, I had so much fun, and I tell people all the time, it's like it was probably one of the best highlights was being able to do that and go there and see how they are compared to how we are in America. It was a life-changing thing for me, but there's nothing like my country. I'm sorry. I love Europe, but baby, you don't beat America. I'm sorry. You do not beat America. My country is awesome. With all its craziness, with all the stuff that's going on, it is still awesome. And we can be awesome again.
I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah.
But we got to get back to our first love. And our first love is Him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we just need to start serving, especially, the stars of sacrifice. I mean, I think that's something easy that, Tammy and I could do. We could either, go to our church, make a team, but I think we have time in our day to go do that. And there's two right here locally that we could start.
We have a veterans nursing center
so-
that opened up
Yeah.
a couple of years back. So it's just one example.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's something.
And then we can spread it. Then we could put it up on Facebook and put it everywhere so everyone can see that they can do it. There is a Stars of Sacrifice Facebook page. Go there. See the pictures that I posted at that particular ceremony. See their faces. See their families' faces. They're not forgotten. Not in my heart.
Once a month it's not that big of a commitment that you can't give a couple hours, little coffee cake, tea, singing.
See,
I mean,
I was telling her when I was speaking with you in our last conversation, Carla, before we brought you on the show, I had shared with Rebecca, when I was in middle school, we had a program there. We had different things that we could participate in, and one of them was we went to the nursing homes. In that group and would go to visit with them. And so when you were talking and saying this is kind of like it's happening now, I get God bumps.
Yeah.
I've got a friend of mine that calls them God bumps. They're not goosebumps.
Yeah.
They're God bumps. And so, and I'm like, wow, like you don't realize that the things that you experience in your life are meant to train and bring you up to do things later on that are going to broaden what you do. So, it's nothing that I would have thought to think of, even though I had that experience. So thank you so very much.
See, you had it. I had it. I had it in church. Our church did this every Sunday. They went to go visit the shut-in. You know what I'm saying? They went to go visit the shut-in, the sick, the this. I'm like, good God, all I want to do is play outside. Yes.
Life differently.
Yeah.
Then you start to know that there are so many of those people that not only were they providing service, to our country as a veteran, but some of them may not have families that are around them now. They don't get visitors on a regular basis.
And we could give them something to look forward to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and what I will tell you this, do not start this and stop. That will break their hearts. Don't do that, because they will depend on seeing you and touching you and holding your hands. I went back a month ago, and I always visit this one guy, and he was so proud of himself because he was a devil dog. I'm a devil dog. Touch my devil dog tattoo, And so I went to go visit him, and he wasn't there, and I flipped out. And so I spoke to the nurse. I said, "Oh God, please tell me, please don't do this to me." And as she was getting ready to say something, I almost fell to my knees, and she goes, "No, Carla, his family came and got him and took him home."
Oh, that's awesome.
They took my guy.
Oh, yeah.
They took your devil dog.
That means I can't see my guy. Because you can't see your guy. Your guy's at home with his son. I can't see my guy. Yeah. And he took him home.
What a great blessing that this is going to be to so many people. And it always starts small like this. Some people, they never get out the gate because they think it has to go out and be this huge bang of a something. But so many great ministries get started on the small.
Right.
And then just...
I'm going to share this with you. Red Letter started with 2 people. 3. Me, my best friend, and God. And I couldn't have done it without either one. And her name is Marilyn, and I call her the oil keeper because that woman has so much knowledge about oils and what they can do. And she makes anointing oil, and she makes the incense, the way that the Bible does. And without her strength pushing me, we could do this, it wouldn't have gotten there. So you always got to have somebody. And so I had her when I started. Because people say, "Well, you're married." No, I'm still waiting for my husband. God's going to bring him. No, I've been doing this alone. I'm not happy with God right now, but yes. We fight over this. It's like, God, can I, I think you forgot me. This is Carla. So I wake you up. So it's me again. Yeah, the crazy one that you left down here. Yeah, that one. Did you forget I'm still waiting? I was like, well, could you put it on a fast pace? Because I think I could do faster. You know how we think.
Yeah.
Is what it comes down
Well, I
to.
know. That's why I always laugh. I'm like, yeah, I could do it faster, God. Come on, let me just zip and go.
Oh, we always think we can do it faster than he can.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I
I
just
know.
think that's our human
It's our
nature.
mind.
Yeah,
That's
it's
our human nature.
Our time frames.
Well, listen, again, like I said, I could probably sit here and talk to you all day, Carla.
Me
You are
too.
such a wonderful human being. Thank you so much for the work that you are doing
No,
and the love
really,
that
thank
you
you
are wanting to
guys.
spread. And we will definitely share this with people.
Just, if I could leave one word or a sentence, it would probably be, are you your brother's keeper?
It's a very strong statement. Very strong.
That's it.
You know.
That's all I ask. You know, because I deal with burn kids, and the question I give them this, I said, you cannot be perfect in an imperfect world. So stop trying.
That's good.
The truth that sets you free,
That's
Carla.
it.
And that is the key word. It will. You just got to believe it.
And thank you so much for joining us, Carla. If you want to reach Carla, redletterawards.com, or you can send her an email at Carla at Carla with a C.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
To seeing
Yes.
everybody else. If you have additional information that you would like to share with our listeners at specific topics, we would love to bring those things to you. So please reach out to us. Again, I'm Tammy Crandall with Journey Adventure Travel and Tours and Beer and Real Estate. I can be reached at 772-579-9536.
And my name is Rebecca Denise, and you could reach me at 203-482-7297. I'm with Barron Real Estate as well as Superior Storage. Be kind, everyone. Have a blessed day.
Be kind.